This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the...
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be... A touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
You go tonight. Line 20.
Watch the slant. Jim.
Hey, lift.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
I got it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff, and off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. He was looking for Todd Gurley, and it's third down.
Line 20. 11. 5. 11. 5.
53. Mike. Exit.
Here's Goff. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
First down.
Got 180.
Mike, number 50.
Let's go.
Check.
Hey, my 7.
Stay with your man. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Let's go, defense.
Now Goff on first down. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. On first down, it's Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Tiger.
Just beating the play clock is gone. That's complete right around the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 yards there, first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On first and goal, Gurley. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Todd Gurley standing by his lonesome in the backfield here. 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal.
2 for 1.
Here's gone. And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA.
Let's go. Let's go.
So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
See what you got.
Mayfield looks to throw. And, right away, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter. And a lot of teams that just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns get a score closer.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the 1st quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike. 53. Get him, get him, get him. Under 10.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there.
Check 26, check 26.
What's that?
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Hey, kill.
He's checking.
Hold on. Check.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Check.
Hold on. Check. Hey, kill.
Rush in.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Use you. It comes to me, it's me.
Super.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Come on. 180.
So we got man. Where you at? Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that? Hey, watch
Ric Flair.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Mike.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
We won it. Come on.
Orange.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
Five.
Joker.
3rd and long. It's Goff. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And Zerline's kick is good. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
Want to remind you that coming up tomorrow night, we wrap up Week 3 with a good NFC battle. A couple of teams that have been around a long time. Bears and Redskins from FedEx Field at 8:15 Eastern. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first two selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round. But they circled back in the second round and got a really good one to Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke off a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
King. Smooth.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
180!
On first and 10, Mayfield throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harris. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
58, the money.
Topper! Shot!
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield caught left side. It's Beckham. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and the Rams have got it back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go, Heavy. What you got? What you got, Heavy?
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Hurry! Point it right. Hey, Charlie!
Check.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
That's me. Hurry! 52's the mic, boys. 52. What?
Hurry!
What? QB's up.
with Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Woods. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go! Mike, 58, right there. What we got?
Hey, let's go. Go, Brown. Maverick.
Out of the gun. Goff. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Super.
SOS. 58's the money. 58. Here we go, D.
A shotgun snap for Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a second down. And before this second down play, get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
We go tonight. Like 20.
58, right there. Let's go, man. We need turnovers. Get that ball. Tighten up.
Merlin.
Undercrush.
Value three.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They begin the drive with Johnson. And they're well past across midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Real. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Hey, alert!
They run it again with Chubb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
A give running right is Chubb, shedding through the defense. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Corey Littleton, Pro Bowler for the first time a season ago, in to make the tackle.
2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step.
Alert!
Mike 5-4.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He finds Beckham, complete. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6 at the Rams' 35-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Mayfield. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone. It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Real.
They give to Chubb out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are back within a score.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak.
That's
He
true.
scores 3 times.
Filet,
There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Hey, lift.
It's a party now.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Woods. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Los Angeles.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
37-yard line.
Mike 20.
Mike 58, right there.
Two.
Slam.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Let's go deep, tighten up. No.
Hey, shell. Two.
Hey, 58's the mic. Go 58's the mic.
Gone. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he will have a first down here, but I have a feeling it's not going to be for long. They're already walking backwards.
Your trip is here.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Value 3.
Here's Goff. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at the 34.
Kings.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night, and that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the fourth quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? He'll have a first down inside the 10, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. A 3-yard touchdown run, and the Browns have taken the lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead, and I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like he still harbors some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Super 1. Ric Flair.
Now Goff. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, Delta. Tackles.
From the gun, here's Goff. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
180! 54, Mike. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
A give. This is Chubb. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
133.
54. Mike, 54.
Hurry, hurry.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's 3rd and 9.
Check. 180.
Check, Mike 54. Mike 54. I got him.
On 3rd down, Johnson. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
At their own 25-yard line.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
17.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
That's going to be a long day. That's going to be a long day.
Back to throw. Gone. And that's complete to Cooks. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
58, Mike. Here we go, G. Get off the field. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I smell fear in that offense.
Goff now looking to throw. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Johnny Hacker now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now Landry. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 46.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check. Fresno.
Up, left.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Run.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Following the penalty, Chubb. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Chubb will get the call running left, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Check. Watch 54. Check pass.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.